Hey, V-Loves. Hey. So I just want to come on real quick and just kind of elaborate on a video that I posted. I think it was last week when I said you don't have to deal with abuse to get to where God is taking you. I just made a short video about that, and I just want to kind of elaborate on what I mean. What I mean when I say you don't have to deal with the abuse to get to where God is taking you. What I mean is you can be in a setting, you can be in a place, anywhere that you think is your place of destiny, your place of purpose, right? And let's just say you're in that place and you're around certain people and they are mishandling you. They are taking advantage, they're using, they're manipulating, they're narcissistic. Their only gain is to use your gift for their benefit, right? So when they're using your gift for their benefits, oftentimes when they really don't care too much for you, but you're beneficial to them, it will show, right? When they don't care too much for you, it will begin to show, because people cannot really hide too much about how they really feel about you, about if they really have a dislike for you. It will eventually show. They may try to cover it up, they may try to hide it, but it will eventually come forth. They'll eventually show their hand, right? They'll eventually show their hand. So what I meant when I said you don't have to deal with abuse, don't let people abuse you or mishandle you or treat you any kind of way because you feel like, I'm in the right place now, I'm using my gifts, I'm doing what God has called me to do. And so you're accepting the way people are treating you. You are accepting people to mishandle you. You are accepting, okay, I'll just check it and we just go on. No. That is not the place that God has for you. That's not the place that God has for you. It can be in the workplace. It can be in a relationship. It can even be in a church. It happened to me in a church setting. It can be anywhere you are operating and you're using your gifts and God has called you to a place, but you're in the right posture, but in the wrong place. If that makes sense. You're in the right posture, like you're using your gifts, you're doing what God has called you to do, but you're not in the right place to do it, right? And people can see your gifts. People can see your talents. People can see those things. So what they will begin to do is they will take those things. They will accept you. They will accept you because they want to benefit from your gift. They want to benefit from your talent, but really deep down inside, they don't like you. They don't care for you. Why is that? That's because you're chosen. That's because you are a unique person. It's nothing towards you. It's a personal issue that they have within themselves. It's nothing to do with you. But don't think because I'm using my gifts, I'm using my talents, I'm doing what God has called me to do, that you have to accept the abuse, that you have to deal with the abuse, because you don't. God will never put you in a place that will allow people to mishandle you. Will he put you in a place where your gifts can be strengthened? Absolutely. Where you can be strengthened? Absolutely. But he will never put you in a place where you're being abused. He will never put you in a place where you're being mishandled. He'll never put you in a place where when you walk out the door, they're talking about you. He won't do that to you, because he protects you. He's going to protect you, right? So you'll say, okay, I'm using my gifts. I'm using my talents. I'm happy. I'm walking in my purpose. I'm doing what God has called me to do. But yet God has snatched me from a place. God has took me from this place. Why is this happening to me? That is because God saw them mishandling you. That is because God saw them abusing you. That's because God saw them mistreating you. That's because God heard the conversations when you walked out the room. He heard them. So God had to remove you because you wouldn't remove yourself, right? You will be uncomfortable, but you won't move because you feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. So you won't move, right? So God would have to snatch you. God would have to take you and snatch you out of that place, because he wants to protect you. He is loving. He is caring. God is loving. He's caring. He don't want you to be mishandled. He don't want you to be taken advantage of. He don't want you to be used. God knows people's agendas, and God knows before you even know, right? So he would have to snatch you out. But since you wouldn't move on your own, you saw the mistreatment, you saw the abuse, you saw the attacks, you saw it, but you didn't move because you were so complacent in the fact that you are operating and using your gifts and you doing what God has called you to do. So you didn't move. So God had to take you and snatch you from that place. I need you to move from here because these people don't have your best interest at heart. These people don't have your best interest at heart. So I have to take you from this place. And now when I take you, I have to reveal to you why I moved you. I have to reveal to you that you don't have to deal with abuse. You don't have to deal with mistreatment. You don't have to deal with people mishandling you to serve me, to do what I've called you to do. That's not how I operate. That's not how I do things. That's out of order. That's not how I operate, right? So don't think that you have to stay in a place, whether it's a relationship, no matter what it is, people, place, or thing. Don't think that you have to stay there to do what God has called you to do, because God is a God of decency and in order, meaning he's not going to set you in a place for you to be mishandled, for you to be mistreated, for you to be abused. Will the place be uncomfortable to grow you up? Absolutely, but it is never supposed to mistreat you. It is never supposed to abuse you. Mental abuse, spiritual abuse, that do exist. He never wants you around people that they grimace when they see you. They got their nose turned up, they mugging you, they looking you up and down, and all of those things. It's never supposed to be that way. You're supposed to be around people or be in a place with people that is going to love you, that is going to. Now, will you have some haters around you? Absolutely. You're supposed to, because you're great. You're supposed to because you're chosen. You're supposed to because you're moving in the things of God. So you have to have you're supposed to have a Judas. You're supposed to have all of these haters around you. You're supposed to. If you don't, that there's a problem. But in order to operate in the things that God has called you to, you're never supposed to be, your whole circle around you is not supposed to dislike you. Especially when they say that they love you, especially when they say that they're here for you, especially when you're in such a close knit with them. That's not how that works. So I just wanted to upload a video just to kind of elaborate more on what I mean when I said you don't have to deal with abuse. And we all will deal with some kind of mistreatment. We all will deal with some kind of people mishandling us, especially when we're different, especially when we're chosen. When God called you, when you're chosen, you're a different individual. You're set apart. So, and people see that. So you're going to get more attacks than a normal person would. And so that's normal, right? That's a normal thing. But you don't have to deal with it. I hope that this I ain't gonna say I hope, I know that this video will reach whoever it's supposed to reach, and that if you are blessed, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you even comment. And I'm just here, and I'm all about my Father's business, just doing what he's called me to do. Listen, and I got my shirt on. I'm not for everybody, right? Sis, brother, you ain't for everybody. Listen, you ain't for everybody. You're gifted, you're talented, you're anointed to do what God has called you to do. You're not for everybody. And you're going to have some people that is going to grimace at you. You're going to have some people that's not going to like you. You're going to have some people that's going to mug you when you walk in the room. But that's okay, because your light is shining. You're not for everybody. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. The Lord loves y'all. And y'all be blessed. Until next time.